In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 3 different ways that you can make money with NFTs. Now, these are in no particular order, so you're welcome to try them one by one or all at the same time. However, obviously when it comes to investing in NFTs, there's always a risk involved, so always be prepared to only invest money that you can afford to lose. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, it'll be awesome if you could do so by hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as that nice little like button right next to it. I will be posting more and more NFT content. I've already actually got some up there in some previous videos as well. So if you're a complete beginner with NFTs, then you can go check those out. I've got videos like setting up your MetaMask wallet, which is vital for buying and selling NFTs, and even all of the different ways in which you can keep your NFTs protected as well. You don't want anyone getting in and hacking and scamming, because that's a big thing in the crypto and NFT market. But let's jump straight into my computer now, and we're going to start off with our very first way of making money. Now, our very first way of making money is by minting or flipping NFTs. So we'll start off with the minting side of things, and this is where right in front of me we've got the very first tool that you can use, and this is rarity.tools, and this actually allows you to go into the upcoming section. So see at the very top here, you can click upcoming, and it shows you all of the upcoming NFTs that you can mint. Now, I wouldn't recommend just going and clicking on every single one. Not every single one of these is a winner. In fact, the only people that would be really winning for the projects that don't do so well are the people that actually are selling the NFTs. So I do recommend taking your time and do the research. So look into the Discord server, see the members in there, see the amount of Twitter followers, and also the roadmap. But in this case, just for today's video, I'm going to show you an example with Dumpster Dorks here. So rarity.tools is awesome because it's going to show us the mint time. So they're already currently being minted, and there's a 5,000 supply, and also gives us all of the links as well. So if I go into the link here in Dumpster Dorks, which I've already got open, we can actually see the website, and we can go down and we can look at the roadmap and just see if this is something we would like to invest in, as well as the team. Now, in my honest opinion, I prefer projects that have a fully doxed team, where we can actually see the person behind the profile picture. That's something that's becomes a major problem in the whole NFT game, is that a lot of people that do have this kind of anonymous or this alias, there's a higher chance. Now, there's not 100% chance, but there's a higher chance that they could pull out, they could rug pull, and they don't have to suffer any of the consequences. But anyway, one way you can do it is you can mint it at the mint price. So the mint price here is 0.04. So we could click on mint. We can also see how many are being minted. So considering this project was, the mint started about 13 hours ago, we can see that, this hasn't kicked off, it hasn't sold out or anything like that. So to me, it wouldn't be, a very appealing project to buy into. However, if you can go into something nice and early and get whitelist into a massive Discord server, maybe it's got 20,000, 30,000, or even 100,000 Discord members, getting to something like that can be awesome. But obviously be careful, there are all these things like bots. Same with the Twitter followers as well. People can just buy Twitter followers. So obviously look deeper than that. Look into things like the engagement on each Twitter post. If they have 20,000 Twitter followers, but only 2 retweets and 2 comments and 5 likes, then that's probably telling you that their actual audience isn't really there. So with this one here, just an example, let's say this is a really good project, you could mint it, then you could go to the secondary sales and you could list it for, if the floor price, let's say the floor price was 0.1, then you make just over double your money. Obviously you got gas fees involved in there too, or you could obviously mint at this price, and then maybe it goes to 1 Ethereum, and suddenly you've flipped that quite a lot. We can also use other tools like TraitSniper to be able to find the ones that might be more appealing in terms of the rank. As you can see, this one has a 173 rank, which is actually pretty decent. But again, not a project that I would like to touch, and I don't really advise you guys touch either. Now, the second one is actually flipping NFTs. I'm going to use a more successful project here, and one that I personally owned and flipped, and this is Gambling Apes. Gambling Apes is quite a cool project. And I'll get into the other way that you can earn money, which is actually involved with Gambling Apes in the next one. But for this one, if we wanted to flip something like this, we'd want to click on the buy now here, and we can also see the activity and see what's going on. So judging by this here, we can see that, you know, pretty much every hour we've got roughly 10 NFTs selling each hour, which is actually not too bad. We can also look at the items, and we can see that currently, if we click on buy now, we can see we've got 0.7, 0.7, and 0.74. So if we were to mint, say, this one here, then suddenly someone buys this one and someone buys this one, we can see that for it to get to 0.75, these three need to sell. On top of that, for us to get to 0.8, we can see it needs, you know, all of these ones above, so 5, 10, 15 of these need to sell before we even get to a 0.8 you know, floor price. So what I would be looking at here is seeing what is the jump up, how much can we make through, you know, say this was 0.7, and suddenly, you know, as you can see, it jumps up to 0.74 or 0.75. You could actually buy this one here on the right with the hat, and, you know, once this one sells, you could then list this one again for 0.74. Now, there are things like gas prices and stuff like that, so you do have to be really careful, you know, and account for that gas price for both buying and also selling it. But definitely something like over time that, you know, if you want to quick flip it, you can look for things, projects like this. For example, if this was 0.7 and then suddenly it went to like 0.78, then that could be actually a pretty good flip. Now, adding on to that as well, like from the flipping and moving on to our next way of making money. Actually, I'm going to save this one actually to the end. So the second way of making money, the third way of making money, I'm going to save it for this Gambling Ape one. But the third way of making money is actually just minting your own NFT, or sorry, not minting your own NFT, like creating your own NFT project. Now, there's a lot that needs to go into that, very much so, because at the end of the day, you have to have things like Discord servers, you have to be able to manage them, make sure that you're engaging, and it does come down to the community quite a lot. One of my favorite ones here, and I actually minted one very similar to this called WGMI Studios, but this one here is a champs only pass, and the person behind this is Champ Crypto on YouTube, and he actually has a good following, and he actually makes a lot of good NFT content, so you can go subscribe to him as well as subscribing to me. But yeah, we can see the champs only pass. What this essentially does is this actually gets you into a community that allows you to kind of have, you know, as it says here, a valuable suite of NFT related tools, features, and alpha from experts designed to give NFT traders a competitive edge. So it's kind of like getting into this private Discord server, and in there, you know, they give you the options of, you know, they partner with other NFT projects and give away whitelist opportunities, all kinds of things like that. So you could, you know, if you're quite knowledgeable in what you're doing, it doesn't have to be in the NFT or crypto space. It could even be like health and fitness, meditation, mental health, all these kinds of things. You could actually sell an NFT that gives someone access to your services. The NFT itself would be something like a lifetime access to that service, but that person that owns the NFT can buy it, use that service, and then trade it once they're done with it to someone else who can also use that service too. On top of that, you do also get royalties. So each time this gets traded through each pair of hands, you'll take a percentage in royalties as well, which is another great way of making money. So let's say you wanted to mint 1,000 NFTs at $300 per NFT, and let's say you sell out all 1,000, then you make $300,000. Now, it's really important though, and this is where things get really kind of ridiculous in the NFT space, is, you know, people can make these and they can scam people completely, just pull the rug beneath them as a way of just making a quick buck, and a very good buck indeed as well. So be very careful when it comes to minting yourself. But if you do want to create your own project, I do say keep that in mind, because it's really important to always deliver on what you promised, okay? Now, the third and final way that you can make money, and this is one of my favorite ways and how I actually make a lot of money within my business, is through NFT utility. So coming to the Gambling Ape one, because I did promise I would share this one, is the NFT utility here is like you get access to certain types of, like, you know, sports betting picks. You get invited to exclusive meetups and events that only Gambling Ape holders can go to. But also you actually co-own, as it says here, you co-own a online casino in the metaverse, and I believe this is in Decentraland as well. And actually a percentage of the profits, I'm pretty sure it's 100% of the profits get divided amongst all of the Gambling Ape owners as well. So that's one way. Another way is actually being able to use them within gaming, and this is my personal favorite way. I'm involved a lot in Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity is the #1 game in the NFT gaming space. Some people could dispute this, but at the end of the day, when it all comes back to the team, how long they've been around, the development of the game, as well as what they've produced behind the scenes, such as the Ronin network, a DEX, and their own kind of RON token, then really these guys win by a landslide. However, for something like Axie Infinity, what this involves is these little pets, and I can show you on the marketplace here, and these are just the floor pets as well, so I wouldn't recommend buying these guys as they won't battle very well. But it's about building a team of 3 Axies, and you can actually use them and play them in game to battle other online players, and through that the winner will earn a earnings token or an in-game token. In this case, the in-game token of Axie Infinity is SLP. So you can go ahead, battle these Axies, and when you win, you'll win a certain amount of SLP. Now, obviously, like I said, these floor Axies here, I wouldn't recommend buying into these, as these ones, they have specific abilities. So I will go into this one as an example though, and we can see here, the price of it is $33, which is quite good. And we can also see health, speed, skill, morale, and then all of the body parts as well. So each body part, except for these top 2, at least not yet until Battles V3 gets released, but these 4 down the bottom here actually translate into abilities. So we can see, kind of like Pokemon, how Pokemon have, would have, Charmander, let's say, has Ember, and then you might have like Scratch or anything like that. Same kind of thing as this one, each one has its damage in the red and its shield in the green. So you can, it's quite a strategic game. It's a card game, but the pets actually fight, and I'll actually put in front of me right now, I'll put a kind of an example of the gameplay at the moment. But when they update this game, which should be around the end of Q1, if not beginning of Q2, they'll be, introducing a lot more enjoyable mechanics to the game as well. Second one is Pega XY. This is actually a good one too. This one's being very, very much hyped at the moment. So that's why the floor prices of these Pega are coming in at a minimum of $1,500 to buy one. However, the earnings potential of this, from what I've heard, is around about $50 to $75 per day. So that kind of takes you at 100% ROI in roughly 30 days. The thing is, you don't know where the token price is going to be in 30 days time, so you do have to be careful with that. I know, when I saw this project or saw this game really starting to push up around about 3 weeks ago, or maybe 4 weeks ago, these horse prices, or these Pega prices, were about $400 to $500 per Pega. So definitely, if someone got in around that price, then you would have 100% paid off your Pega within a matter of two to 3 weeks. So that's also another great way that you can actually make money, is just through yield bearing NFTs. So taking these assets and being able to battle them, play them in a game, or stake them, and in return you get rewarded with an in-game token that can actually be converted for real world money or fiat currency as well. However, those are 3 ways that you can make money with NFTs. Like I said, in the description below, I'll have a bunch of links to things like the tools, OpenSea, LooksRare, Axie Infinity, and so on, so you can go check everything else out. Now, when it comes to Axie Infinity, I will be making a massive guide on this, because I have a big business that surrounds Axie Infinity. So we own, probably off the top of my head, around about 400 to 500 Axies in game. And using those Axies, we're able to bring in yield through earning SLP. So I will be making a big guide on how to get started in that, buy an Axie, setting up your Ronin wallet, and being able to choose the right kind of builds and teams. But like I said, that's all from me today. I do hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys in the next one.